Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing well. This is Ann Aria. I decided I was going to do a video of basically a pop-up gallery in my home so you can see some of the products that I have right now that are available for purchase to help raise funds for the wildlife at the Toronto Wildlife Centre. So of course I have other products that are available as custom made items that are not necessarily in my home right now. And of course there are lots of things available online. So it depends on your preference, but it's all good because as I said, I can custom detail anything you like to your preference. So I'm just going to start off with my business cards. And this is my little foxy friend that I've run into a number of times in my area. So you can find me as the Art of Ann Aria or Ann Aria Art and Photography. Or you can just Google Ann Aria and you'll find me online, no problem. So it's just oh, there's my little logo with the fox and the sun, and the moon is the fox's tail, and a beautiful eagle or hawk and some stars, because of course I love nature and space and all that good stuff. Okay, so moving on. This is a second business card that I had made, but unfortunately they chopped the head off. Poor little guy. But he's still beautiful. Actually, that's a she. Her name is Kira. Beautiful white line cub, very rare. So that's just another business card. This is a souvenir from the Fall Home Show, my very first show that I was blessed to attend and show at, and it was really cool because within the first few minutes really I was able to sell some beautiful pieces that were framed, so that was really nice. Lots of great people there. And moving on, here is a canvas piece that I have of a seagull in the fall. This is actually just overlooking Lake Ontario. Always enjoyed the colors of that, really nice pastels and warm and inviting, comforting, I guess you could say. Moving on, this is a poster I had made of one of my foxy friends, and it turned out really nice. Really, really good quality of the paper and a nice thickness. So if anybody's interested in like a poster, whether it's landscape or portrait, that's available for any image as well. And these are some of the images that I sold actually at the home show. My osprey with the fall foliage, my Harris hawk, beautiful, adorable owl, a little screech owl actually, my sun hawk, and my keepers of the forest image, but some of that's cut off at the bottom so you can't see the whole thing, so I will show the whole thing later. All right, moving on. Now this is the piece de resistance. This is the Harris hawk piece. Beautifully framed. It's actually really stunning. They did a wonderful job at frame makers, so I highly recommend them. So this is Ozzy. He's a Harris hawk, and you can see his expression. He was actually quite sad because at that moment he was crying actually for his handler. His handler had left him alone for a bit, so you could really see the beautiful bond between the two of them. And again, it illustrates that animals have feelings. They have souls. They have emotions. So that's something that I guess more people need to be aware of. So I'm trying to bring more awareness to that. Here's a smaller version. I should mention too that there is some beautiful chrome or steel, and I think this is the carbon fiber wood. It's black and beautiful matting and anti-glare glass. There's also UV protectant on some of this glass, so it's pretty darn cool. Very, very beautifully done. This is the osprey, the larger version in print as opposed to just that little photograph. And this is a mocha color. It turned out really, really nice with black wood and more of that steel framing. I mean, it looks really, really, really nice. All right, this is my One Tree's Dream image. A little bit hard to see, and the colors are a little bit hard to see. And there's glare from the TV, I'm sorry. And there's me in the image, I'm sorry. But this is basically the idea was that the trees are dreaming of how they're going to look in the spring. And that's actually, you can see a little bit, there's lush greens and reds in the water. So they're basically thinking about how they're going to be renewed and all full of life again in the spring, and they're wistfully dreaming, thinking, oh, one day we'll be back to that. So basically plays on the seasons, but also again the idea that nature is aware. I mean, I think a lot of people know now that trees have an awareness as well. I believe all nature does. Okay, so here is my Keepers of the Forest image with more glare, sorry. So I'll try to get out of the way. So this is a real cloud. It's an angel cloud. She looks very calming and ethereal. and my little foxy friend is in the image, and of course some fall foliage. So that's that. It's actually 3 photos combined. I'll try to get myself out of the image. It's a little bit hard to see because of the glare, I'm sorry. All right, moving on, we got some shirts, yay. So this is Ozzy on a female's shirt. And here is the Keepers of the Forest on a female shirt. I should say ladies or girl. And here is my Sunhawk image on a men's shirt. That one turned out quite nice as well. And over here, I've got the solar eclipse on a men's shirt, which also turned out really nice. Whoops. There you go. So any image that I have is available on any kind of shirt. Even hoodies or even dresses, socks, you name it. It's all available. And moving on, these are some of the prints that I have in the house right now. Here's the mascot, Cassie. Hi, honey. One of the mascots. There's another mascot, Gigi. Hi, Gigi. My little foxes. So here's one of the osprey images. It's a bit smaller, and this one has more of the mocha browns in it. And then there's another version, which is the lighter version with the fall foliage. And behind that, I believe, is this cropped version. Actually, this is more zoomed out, so you get more of the foliage in the background. And this is also available. Sorry, I'm tilting the camera every which way. This is a beautiful sunrise that we had, and I call this the City of Clouds because, well, look, the city is engulfed by this mist that looks like, kind of reminds me of Star Wars, the City of Clouds. So this beautiful misty cloud mass just rolled in and engulfed all of downtown Toronto and almost the whole CN Tower, the height of it. And the colors that morning were so glorious. The warm reds, golds, and yellows. It was just spectacular. So I've got that available as well. I've got Ozzy on a smaller print and a beautiful sunrise that was very ethereal, foggy, misty, and the sun was just barely peeking through in that red hot form. Oh, it was just gorgeous. The water was turquoise with like glassiness to it, and the beautiful sand. Oh, it was just spectacular. So if you're into that, well, call me. And also this one is a beautiful night scene with stars. And this is actually a sunset. So it was basically day turning to night. So I like that transition in the photo that you can see. And of course, that's a red-tailed hawk coming out of the mist, which is actually a double exposure. So I placed him in the image afterwards, just for fun. I thought, well, let's see what it looks like. So this is kind of a popular image that I have as well. That's available. Moving on, I've got one of my absolute favorites, Mr. Red-tailed Hawk, giving me that serious stare down. Isn't he beautiful? Oh my gosh, love him. And with that beautiful emerald green backing, which is a nice contrast to the browns and reds in his feathers. And this was it was basically just turning to fall. So you can see some of the leaves just starting to turn. So you get that little splash of red, but then that beautiful green. But all the colors work really nicely together. Okay, next we've got, this is more of that beautiful sunrise actually. So it's like this burnt copper, again with that turquoise glassy water. Oh, it's just glorious. And the goose doing his thing there, showing off. And we've got the wolves at Jungle Cat World. Absolutely gorgeous. These are siblings and they were sticking together. You could see they were definitely curious and intuitive and, just watching us. We were actually in the enclosure with them and they were looking out for each other. So they stuck very close together. Again, you can see that bond between animals where they have feelings, they have fears, they have deep intuition, they have souls, they have emotions, and they have a bond like we would have with our family. It's really lovely to see. Okay, so now we've got beautiful Thanksgiving sunrise, the nice fall foliage and all the mist coming off the water and some fog and the beautiful glassy bluish water. Moving on, got some Sunhawk prints here. These are again smaller prints. And I've got some smaller prints of the Keepers of the Forest with the fox. And that's all. Actually, wait, no, there's more. I forgot I've got some of these cool stickers too. Sorry for the motion. I've got these really cool stickers from my Redbubble shop, and they're really kind of leathery and pliable, really, really nice feeling. So, and you can bend them and they won't crease. They're really, really nice. So that's just a few samples of the hawk and the fox and the When Trees Dream image. Again, I don't know why these greens don't want to show up on my cell phone. So yeah, just a couple of samples of some of the stickers that I have available. And my Redbubble shop, you can find me as Ann Aria Art, and there's 80 different designs that you can look through. I'll just open that. So these are some of the designs, but of course I have actually over 1 million images that can be applied to any of these products or any prints, you know, canvas, clothing, you name it. Some of these images I have not posted anywhere else, but feel free to take a look at these if you wish. And for the products, here's some samples of what you can get. So there's clothing, including for kids and toddlers, phone cases, phone accessories, all that kind of stuff, stickers, there's gift cards, there's canvases, wall art, of course, home and living, so even like duvets and comforter, well, duvet is a comforter of sorts, shower curtains, bath mats, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of cool, stationery and office, various other accessories, and also items for pets, so that's pretty awesome. And also, I did want to mention about the Toronto Wildlife Centre again. So this is actually a book that I took with me to the home show so I could stay nice and organized. That's my logo with the fox. Okay. And there's my mission statement, which basically explains my love of nature and why I'm trying to help raise awareness on how to protect it more. And of course, my love of photography and animals in general. And yeah, basically it outlines my mission and my purpose, and including helping the Toronto Wildlife Centre trying to raise funds to help the wildlife. There's me with little Olive. This is a scarlet tanager female. It's a little bit hard to see her, but excuse me, I got to hold her and release her a couple of springs ago, and that was a wonderful experience. And my mailing list, should you wish to join, which I highly recommend because you'll get some insights that maybe you won't get from other places, because I will give you heads up of certain sales and whatnot. Well, not sales, but new product and things like that. All right, so the art of annaria@yahoo.com is that mailing list. Or if you want to reach me on my Facebook, I can then add you to my list myself. Oh, some interactions with some of the wildlife. I have tons of images, but I'll just show this one for now. It's just a little chipmunk, and I love how he's got his little claws on my finger. Very, very sweet. And again, the Arctic wolves, the siblings. But I did this in a more artistic fashion, this image. But again, you can see how close they are, very closely bonded. And it was really beautiful to see. Oh, another foxy friend of mine. This is Vixie. I believe she's a female. Just some Redbubble examples. But I also want to move on to the Toronto Wildlife Centre. So if anybody would like to donate or contact them, you can Google Toronto Wildlife Centre. You'll find their website. And there's a lot of information about them on their site, of course. And their mission here is building a healthy community for people and wildlife, because we all need to work together. It's not just them and the wildlife, it's all of us working with them and the wildlife all together. That's how it works. All right, so I'm moving on. Oh, more cutie pies there. There's so many cutie pies at the center, and they're in dire need of help. They definitely need donations. So that's, again, why I'm trying to raise funds for them by selling some of my art and whatnot. Okay, so I want to wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas. Stay safe and healthy and warm out there. I hope you have a wonderful time with all of your loved ones. And again, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook, which is Ann Elizabeth, or on my website, which is www.annburstyn.com, which I can show you on here. This is what it looks like. Whoops, and there it goes. So I'll bring that back up. And again, if you can't find me, just look up Ann Aria and you'll find me. But yeah, it's www.annburstyn.com. That's just the home page. You'll see, again, my mission statement, some images, my logo, and there's various other tabs that you can go through, of course. Also, just before I leave, I'm going to put on my band Dream Aria's song on this Christmas Eve because, well, it is the season. So if you're interested in hearing us, you can find us on Reverb Nation, Dream Aria. Lots of our songs are on here. So just for the Christmas spirit, I'm going to put this on. There we go. I won't put it too loud. There we go. All right, everyone. Once again, thanks for hanging out and Merry Christmas. Take care. Signing off. Bye for now.